So this is Sharaba V Tarot Channel. I'm your host, Sergio Pickles. Before I begin, I want to shout out Lilo Vanity, a constant beacon of feminine strength. My readings are based on your sidereal and Vedic sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let us begin. I am a servant of the great work, not its master. If you find my reading helpful, check my description box and donate to www.nobabyblisters.com. All proceeds will go towards pain medication, gauze pads, and medical assistance for babies suffering with uncontrollable blisters. If you need further assistance based on my reading, check the description box as well. Today, I will be doing the latter part of January reading for all earth signs and all fire signs. I will be reading for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So, let's go ahead and get started. So last time, Capricorn, you had the Three of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. So with that in mind, Capricorn, it looks like you all were really focused on putting forth some effort to begin manifesting something. But the Queen of Cups was kind of sending a warning that you would not be completely emotionally fulfilled with what you were trying to use this magician card that you drew out last time to manifest. But the Three of Pentacles said you were dead set on making this manifestation happen. And it looks like it was a physical manifestation because it was in the Three of Pentacles. So earth sign energy, it could have been a new house. You could be wanting for a new car. You could be saving up to get even a Peloton. But whatever it was, it looks like there was a material possession that you wanted to gain. And that Three of Pentacles said you actually had the skill to do it, but it was recommending that you also seek help. You tended to be independent, Capricorn, and Spirit wants you to kind of lean more into cooperation. So let's see what's going on with Capricorn today. So you have the Lover's card. So all right, so this brings a little bit of clarity into who you need to lean on to make this manifestation happen. So the Queen of Cups. So it seems like if you were a male, someone was actually giving you the warm and fuzzies, and it was an uncomfortable feeling for you. There seems to be a young lady or a young man who came into your life and began to give you the butterflies, which has not happened in a while for you, Capricorn. And this Queen of Cups was one like, hey, someone is making you feel warm and fuzzy. You might need to pay attention to you. And at this point, it looks like this person has come and swept you off your feet, Capricorn. With that being said, we know the Lovers is often emotional elation. I would be careful. What comes up must go down. So do not get baked into the honeymoon phase, because there's not a realistic image of how the entire relationship. Where there are peaks, there must be valleys as well. So make sure that you are evened out in this endeavor with your loved one. But congratulations. You also have the Nine of Cups. So you have the Lover's card and the Nine of Cups. So it's optimism, renewed trust in the divine, and finding tranquility after difficulties. Needs are met. So Capricorn, stop me if you've said this or thought this to yourself. I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to fall head over heels for a person. It won't be me. I'm just going to do me. I'm not relying on anyone else. I won't put myself in a position to get hurt again. Now, fast forward to now, you're probably giggling because that is exactly what you've done. You have renewed trust in the divine because looks like you've been blessed with a person that's taking care of you, and you're actually beginning to trust those walls of Jericho are coming down. All that resistance that a Capricorn sits high up on a hill are coming down. It looks like that Queen of Cups is washing you over with emotions. So it looks like you're in your feelings. And you also have the King of Cups. So someone is playing to your fantasies. Your inner world suggests the exploration of your interior landscape. While you are caught up in going on dates, celebrating the holidays, and Capricorn, you have already begun to plan your Valentine's Day with this person. But this King of Cups, you notice how he's in a larger cup. Make sure that you are loving yourself as well. Make sure that you are not pouring into the other person to the point where you don't have any time for yourself. That will unequivocally cause this relationship to fracture and rupture at the seams if you don't take a couple of hours, a couple of days away from this person and really make sure that you are putting yourself first. Capricorn, looks like you're this Lover's card, Nine of Cups. You are head over heels for someone, but the King of Cups is warning you that you are not the end all be all. Whatever feelings that you are indulging in, make sure that you are putting yourself at the center, not depending on someone to consistently bring you happiness. It's nice to be in a relationship, but make sure that you are still doing those things that you were doing before you met this person. So Capricorn, new relationship, love is in the air, high feelings going into Valentine's Day. Next, we are going to read for Taurus. We are going to read Next, we're going to read for Taurus. So for Taurus, it looks like you all have the King of Swords, the Fool card, and the King of Cups. So it looks like you all did some evaluating. There's been something that's been heavily circulating in your internal world, Taurus, and there was a decision that you wanted to make, but a few Fool card came out because you weren't exactly looking at your tangible resources. You were kind of focused on a manifestation, but right now you may not have been looking at the actual tangible assets you have to manifest. And the King of Cups was also guessing that you are underestimating your own ability, my Taurus. So let's see what's going on this week. Let's see if what happened with that Fool card that we drew out at the beginning of January. So 10 of Wands. So it looks like you've reevaluated where that dream was going and you have everything you need to push this manifestation forward. But what you don't realize and why this manifestation is so heavy, with this manifestation so heavy in your mind, Taurus, you really want to just push forward. So you're really just wanting to push towards your goal. There's no stopping you, but Spirit is warning you that it's already done. You're overexerting yourself. The challenge right now for you, Taurus, isn't to find what effort you need to put forth, but really just taking your hands off of the situation and allowing spirit to carry you forward. Now, I know Taurus tend to be well-grounded. They tend to believe only what they see, but you do have support in this mission from the unseen. And it's just calling you to relinquish control and find what makes you smile. Take your hands off the situation. So stop trying to manipulate the situation and push, because you're going to push yourself into anxiety with this 10 of Wands. It's already coming towards you, but the challenge now is to stop pushing so hard, Taurus, and raise the horns. Instead of pushing forward like you do, it's time to raise your horns before you run into the wall of the arena, the fight. You've already trampled your opponent. You've already won. You've already come out victorious, Taurus, in this situation and to bring this manifestation forward. So instead of asking, what do I need to do? You need to change the question to what can I do to take my mind off this manifestation that you really want. Nine of Swords. Again, overthinking. So you got the ten of Wands and Nine of Swords. So with this Nine of Swords, you're feeling a little guilt, you're worried, you're kind of feeling like the victim. You're feeling like you've already lost. And the demands you need to face your feelings of regret. You need to face your difficulties with open eyes and realize if there is any codependent energy, like you are attaching yourself to this outcome of the situation. But Taurus, remember, you are an individual, be it male or female. No matter how this situation turns out, you will still have to wake up and be this same person. So, you know that moment when your friends are tired of you going on and on about your lover or on and on about one single thing? Are you would be better off spending that time focusing on you, getting back to those hobbies that make you feel good. And because this situation that you keep bringing up to people, they've heard you're starting to tell the same story over and over again. They already know what's worrying you, and there's nothing your friends can do about it. And according to this 10 of Wands, there's nothing you can do about it but trust the divine. So Taurus, whatever situation that comes to mind right now that has just been wrecking your brain, you are overthinking it with this Nine of Swords. And like I said, the 10 of Wands, it's already in your hands. So while it's in your hands, you need to let go of it in your head for a little while. You need to take a breather, raise your head, and realize that you are already where you want to be. You are already where you want to be. Ace of Cups. So you are just a moment away. So I see a lot of abundance, new beginnings, a lot of fertile energy right before Taurus season. So this is spiritual substance. This is joy. You will actually have a moment, are called to have a moment of joy instead of enterprising towards your endeavor. What I mean by this is, with instead of this Nine of Swords, you're headed towards abundance regardless, Taurus, no matter how the situation turns out. And this is the attitude that you want to adopt going right before Taurus season starts. So right before April and May, you really need to just enjoy yourself in February and March, because there's probably going to be some new beginnings happening for you in June, July. But whatever you were manifesting at the end of 2023 has not manifested itself yet. So you've begun to overthink with the Nine of Swords. Why aren't you seeing anything changes? Why aren't you seeing the things that you want? And it's because you are just being called to trust in the fact that there is action in your inaction. But you are headed towards the Ace of Cups, which is good, Taurus. So Virgo. Next up is Virgo. So Virgo, you had the Nine of Wands last time, the Tower moment, and Three of Pentacles. So someone or something has recently made you cry with the Tower moment. There was a band-aid that was ripped off, and you were in the Three of Pentacles energy, which is you had to ask for help. So you had to swallow your pride, Virgo, and ask for help, because this Tower moment was something that Spirit was challenging you not to face alone. You were only going to lose the situation if you chose to face it alone and take a headstrong, no one can stop me approach. When, although Virgo is an earth sign, you have to remember that the people around you and the people around you and in your life are there for a reason, Virgo. You can't always be the center. So let's see if we were able to get that assistant with that Tower moment. So the Knight of Wands. it looks like you are back on track with your manifestation. So you had the Nine of Wands, the Tower moment, and Three of Pentacles on our last reading. Now you're at the Nine of Wands. So it looks like you're a little bit restless, and it looks like you are still trying to overly give effort. So this Nine of Wands is a little bit different. So when you get the Page of Wands, it's passion. You feel unstoppable, and it's all about self-effort. But with this Knight of Wands is when he begins to ride this beast, and this beast is basically a manifestation. This beast that you are riding is basically where you want to go, what you want to bring to fruition. The challenge is to stop expecting you from others. So it's a little bit manipulative energy. So now that you've involved people to get out of the Tower moment, you think that because you are passionate on this subject, because you are passionate about the situation, because you are passionate about, it could be something that work. There's a lot of passion attached to what you're trying to bring to fruition, Virgo, and you're starting to get a little frustrated, and you're on this Nine of Wands because you want people to feel the exact same way. That's not how it works. That's not how it's going to work. The moon. So Virgo, it's not really good when you get the moon card. This is a lot of water energy. You could be dealing with the Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But Virgo, you need to prioritize how you feel emotionally. I know Virgos really attach themselves to the outcome. So if you seek to make someone smile and they just give you a straight face, you're a little disappointed. Or if you're trying to upset someone and they're not really fazed by it, you're disappointed. The moon card is to make sure that you are focused on how you want to make yourself feel. You need to turn inward and realize how you feel emotionally and get back in touch with with how you feel emotionally. That means to detach from the situation. Whatever you're trying to manifest or make someone feel, is not going to happen. The moon card is really wanting you to pay attention to your moon sign and why you want this person to feel this way, or why is it so important for you to make someone feel a way. The Sun card. So Virgo, this is really fiery energy. So Virgo, you are called to express yourself. You are called to just be you. So you got the Knight of Swords, the Moon card, and then the Sun card. You have to realize, excuse my language, but Virgo, being the earth sign that you are at your best when you are solely focused on you. Whoever is supposed to walk out, whoever's supposed to walk in, it comes very natural to you as a Virgo. No one can do you better than you do you, Virgo. And really, I know that you always search for perfection, but you also have to realize that you don't have to put yourself at center stage because it's something that you naturally do as a Virgo. And you don't have to set the stage. You don't have to get everyone's costume. You literally just have to express yourself. You literally just have to get in touch with how you feel emotionally and stay there and be grounded in how you feel emotionally. And that's when you're going to start seeing that this Knight of Wands is going to start moving naturally. Because right now, it seems like you're the person behind the manifestation, denoted by this beast here. And it seems like you're pushing from the front. When instead, if you just focus on your emotional well-being and how you feel emotional and accept the fact that your Virgo is going to express itself naturally, that's when you're going to start seeing things really catch a fire for you. So Virgo, the Knight of Swords, the Moon, and the Sun. So next, we're going to do the reading for our fire signs. But before I continue, I want to stop and take a moment and thank you all for joining today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate it. And if you find this reading helpful, Donate to No Baby Blisters. All proceeds go towards pain medicine, Band-Aids, gauze pads, you name it. If you want to go more in depth from this reading, check the description box as well. So let's go. We'll start with Sagittarius. The Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords. So focus, clarity, and new beginnings. So there's logic and analysis. It's time to be honest with yourself about yourself and others. So there have been messages coming from the ethers about certain things, certain aspects of your life that are very personal, they're very sensitive to you, and you need to, and it might not be what you want to hear. The Ace of Swords typically shows itself when there are things that you don't want to come to grips with, but there are also things that you cannot ignore. So this card represents focus, clarity, and new beginnings. This is logic and analysis. It's calling to realize that, you have to be honest with yourself about yourself and others. So there might be some relationships or some aspects of your life, even some friendships that you might be looking from a high horse kind of standpoint. So you have to realize that a horse, out of all the zodiac signs, the horse is one of the tallest. So sometimes you can kind of overlook things, and you can kind of overlook how people treat you. You can kind of overlook how things are actually going. And this is a challenge to step back and see how you actually feel about the situation. So with these new beginnings and being called to be logic and analysis, you need to be a little bit more honest with yourself. That is what the Ace of Swords is calling you to do right now. Hangman. So you got the Ace of Swords and the Hangman. Spirit wants but this is a sign that Spirit wants your attention. Those people that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, those people, it's basically saying, let's get out of your feelings and find out what you're attached to. The Hangman can also be a card of release, and it's denoted by the number 12. So it's really, you get the Hangman when there are other signs or other people, other entities in your life, be it a boss, be it a friend, be it anyone in your life that you really just need to take time away from. Just take a week and not have any conversation, have as minimal conversation as you can to see how these people actually feel about, how you feel about how these people feel about you. Because right now with this Ace of Swords, there's a message coming through that you haven't really grasped yet, and I'm getting the feeling that it could be a little bit pessimistic, but it's best you face this pessimism head on. So in this Hangman, it's a call to be by yourself. So Sagittarius, you are called to really just connect with spirit, do some breathing, take yourself to the spa, really just, you need to exhale your expectations and inhale clarity, your focus and clarity. So the Ace of Pentacles. So with the Ace of Pentacles, it is a goal realization. So it's a material realization. So you need to take a moment to recognize your achievement and be prepared to set another goal. You are headed towards a feeling of satisfaction and a challenge to be forward facing. It's a congratulations energy, but in order to get to that congratulations, you need to spend just a little bit of moment by yourself. So I would challenge you to spend a week or two really just hanging out with yourself, being your own best friend for a little while, and it will make a world of difference. Because the thing about this Ace of Pentacles is it's supposed to be a feeling of satisfaction. If you are still looking for this external validation from this friendship, the work situation, whatever you are looking to bring you joy, and you don't step back into this Hangman, you're not going to feel how this Ace of Pentacles wants you to feel. So if you want this goal realization energy, this congratulatory, really satisfactory energy, you need to be in the Hangman. I know the Hangman can be kind of tough to deal with, but you really do need to spend a little while alone. That's it for my Sag. right. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in Aries. Let's find out what's going on with the cardinal fire sign. Nine of Pentacles. So self-reliant success. You have shown to be resourceful and self-disciplined. You have challenged yourself to become a better person, and you may feel like the work you put in is going unnoticed. This is confirmation that it is not. Your inner self and spirit is applauding your growth. It is all right to have conquered a challenge and to clap for yourself because you conquered this challenge. Instead of looking forward to the next battle, it is perfectly fine to return to yourself and admit to yourself, Aries, that you have done a good job. It is perfectly all right to admit to yourself that you're awesome. It is okay to have self-confidence without trying to challenge, trying to look for a challenge, or trying to look for something to conquer, and realize that, hey, I'm actually worth appreciating. I am helpful. I am worth appreciating. I am self-confident. I believe in myself. Those things are all right to say to yourself. And right now you are encouraged to do just that because you are at the Nine of Pentacles. You have been self-reliant and you are almost to success. You see how the image is looking at his hand. Whatever you've created, you have brought yourself to a point based on your own self-reliance and success. And although there might have been some other factors helping you, realize that you brought the success to yourself because of your own resourcefulness and self-discipline. You, like I said, you've been challenging yourself to become a better person, and that is exactly how you've come out on the other side. And Ace of Wands. So this is the Ace of Wands represent overwhelming desire. There is a belief in your ideas and inspiration. Whatever you are going for, go for it. So you have the Nine of Pentacles and this Ace of Wands. So this is major support. This is overwhelming desire. And there's a lot of belief from the heavens. There might be a male figure that you look up to who is really supporting you. You might have lost someone and they're still with you on the other side rooting for you, and they've watched the person that you've become, whether they are there or not, and they are absolutely proud of you. So there might have been some people who have moved on in the world and they are absolutely proud of you and they are applauding your efforts. They see who you have become and they're almost proud to tears. Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles. So this is planning or organizing and implementing energy. So there's a little bit of diligence and focus. And this is right now, it's all right. Like I said, take a moment and realize that you're at the Nine of Pentacles, but there are some material things that need to change. There is some work to be put in to push this Eight of Pentacles towards the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles represent inner and outer wisdom. So with the Eight of Pentacles, you need to do a little bit more organizing, implementing. Instead of just taking action, you need to be diligent and focused in both your work and your lives. It is hard to come to realization that we can do better, but there is something that you're over excelling at, which I think is the root of this Nine of Pentacles energy. But there's also some things that could be a little bit better. Like there might be, I don't want to use this analogy because it doesn't apply to everyone, but there's some things you're ahead on, but there are also some things that you're letting fall by the wayside. This could be a phone call to a relative. This could be work. There's something that you put on the back burner that's going to call your attention. And although you've been focused on your own self-reliance, you need to step back and focus and do a little bit more implementing on what you aren't over excelling at. So there might be a child that you are spending more time with, and you need to spend time with the hard head. You need to spend time with the snot nose, the one that you don't really understand. because that's where growth is found. Growth is not found in the comfort zone. Lastly, let's finish off with the Leos. So Leos, it looks like you all had the Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the King of Swords. So the King of Swords would challenge you not to get into over your head. You had a lot of happy feelings with the Three of Cups. You were celebrating. You might have had a really good time after the Christmas party. And the King of Swords was challenging you to stay grounded. Remember that there is work that lies ahead. Big sign of Leo. The Tower moment. So, either there's been a band-aid that's ripped off, or you might have taken some heavy and severe losses. So there has been, while the Tower was together, there was some unforeseen circumstances denoted by this crack or this lightning right here that you really got blindsided by. There was a loss you taken. It could be a car wreck, a loss of a person. You could have found out some bad information. There was something that left a bad taste in your mouth, and rightfully so. But this Tower moment, you might be seeing the number 16 a lot, but it's really a situation that's tough. It's a situation that no matter how prepared, how king of the jungle you are, Leo, that it hurts so much to the point that it's humbling. And so right now, you're in a Tower moment. Three of Pentacles. So this Three of Pentacles is skill and cooperations. So you may have had trouble with teamwork in the past or been too self-reliant. You have been a team player, whether you know it or not, and the people around you are grateful to keep it up. So you went through this Tower moment, but you kept a straight face. You let the tears fall, and you kept going. And also, I'm proud of you, Leo, because sometimes your pride won't let you ask for help or be around the people that you need to be around. But this Tower moment hurt so much that you were challenged to reach out to other people and really focus and allow your support system to support you. Allow people to come in and be of assistance to you. Instead of letting your pride just get the best of you and being hurt in private, you actually opened your arms and allowed yourself to be embraced by the people around you. And the Page of Wands. So there's this passion. So even though you got knocked down, you're standing up and saying this won't be the end of you. You are going to be in a better place than before because of this Tower moment. I know it's hard to see through a Tower moment once you're going through it, but I will be wary of immovable objects. You see how his head is down? It looks like sometimes we can lose sight of the forest by looking at the tree. Make sure that's not happening. Again, I'm going to say, do not lose sight of the forest by focusing on the tree or the tree that has fallen. Remember that things will not always go your way. So with there are only two ways that the Page of Wands can go. It can go either really good or it can go really bad. I would suggest taking your time and continue to build and make sure that you are asking for advice. This is a moment for you to ask for advice. and make sure that you're not letting your passion, and to get back to a point. You're not going to be who you were. You're not going to get back to what you were before this tower moment. Whatever you were lost, you lost it because Spirit is challenging you to go in a different way. And that concludes the reading. Thank you all for joining me. Bye.